The rain was pouring that night, the streets of New York glistening under the yellow glow of streetlights. Inside his old dented yellow cab sat Mark Jensen, a 45-year-old taxi driver with tired eyes and calloused hands. His shift had been long, his earnings low, and his stomach growled with hunger. He sighed, gripping the steering wheel tighter. Life hadn't been kind, but Mark kept moving forward. He had bills to pay, a sick mother at home, and 2 kids who depended on him. Just as he was about to call it a night, he saw a figure on the sidewalk. A man, drenched from head to toe, clutching a small worn-out bag. His clothes looked shabby, his shoes muddy, and his face pale. Mark almost drove past after all. Late-night passengers sometimes spelled trouble, but something inside him made him stop. He rolled down the window. "Need a ride?" Mark asked. The man nodded hesitantly. "Yes, please. But I don't have enough money for the fare. I just need to get to the hospital. My wife, she's there, and I." His voice cracked, desperation breaking through. Mark stared at him for a moment. He was already struggling to survive, and giving away a free ride meant cutting from his own pocket. But he saw the man's trembling hands, the tears mixing with the rain on his face. Without another word, Mark unlocked the back door. "Get in," he said firmly. The man's eyes widened in disbelief. "But I told you, I can't," I said. "Get in. Some things matter more than money." As the taxi pulled away, the man sat silently, holding his bag tightly. After a few minutes, he whispered, "No one has been this kind to me in a long time." Mark forced a small smile. "We all need help sometimes." When they reached the hospital, the man turned to him, tears streaming down his face. "I wish I could repay you, sir. Someday, I promise I will." Mark shook his head. "Take care of your wife. That's all that matters." He watched the man rush inside, disappearing into the hospital lobby. For Mark, it was just another act of kindness he expected nothing from. He started his cab again, never realizing how much that small decision would change his life. Days turned into weeks. Mark forgot about that rainy night. His focus was on surviving long shifts, endless traffic, and barely enough money to cover his mother's medicine. He often wondered if things would ever get better. Then, one ordinary morning, as he parked his cab near his regular coffee shop, a man in a sharp black suit walked straight toward him. For a moment, Mark didn't recognize him. His hair was neatly styled, his shoes polished, and his entire presence radiated confidence. But then, the man smiled. "It's you," he said softly, "the cab driver who saved me that night." Mark blinked. "Saved you? I just gave you a ride." The man chuckled. "That ride wasn't just a ride. You got me to the hospital in time. My wife, she made it through the night because I reached her side. If I hadn't, I don't know what would have happened. You gave me more than a ride. You gave me my family back." Mark swallowed hard, unsure of what to say. The man extended his hand. "My name is Daniel Ross. You may not recognize me dressed like that night, but I'm the CEO of Ross Enterprises." Mark's jaw dropped. He had heard of Ross Enterprises, a billion-dollar company known across the country. Daniel continued. "That night I was at my lowest. My wallet had been stolen. My wife was dying, and I felt helpless. But you didn't see a beggar or a burden. You saw a human being, and that means more to me than anything." Mark was speechless. Daniel smiled warmly. "I don't break promises. I told you I'd repay you. I want you to come work with me. I can't change the struggles you've faced before, but I can make sure you and your family never suffer again." At first, Mark refused. He wasn't a businessman, he was just a taxi driver. But Daniel wouldn't take no for an answer. "What I need isn't your degree, Mark. It's your heart. People like you remind me why success should never blind us to kindness. Come with me. Be my personal driver. Full salary, benefits, health insurance for your family. And if you're willing, more opportunities will follow." Tears stung Mark's eyes. For years, he had given rides to strangers, often ignored and underappreciated. But this time, his kindness had found its way back. From that day forward, Mark wasn't just a struggling taxi driver. He was the trusted driver and confidant of one of the most powerful men in the city. His children were enrolled in good schools. His mother received the best treatment, and for the first time in decades, he slept at night without worry. And sometimes, when Daniel's family gathered around him, Daniel would share the story. "It all started with one rainy night, when a taxi driver gave me a ride I'll never forget." Because sometimes, the smallest act of kindness, a free ride, a helping hand, has the power to turn someone's life upside down. Moral: true kindness is never wasted. You never know who you're helping or how that kindness might return to you in ways you could never imagine.